There, this is Luke from Hamilton RV. I'll be doing a demo of the 252 BH Zinger light. Starting here, wheel bearings should be repacked every 2 years or 10,000 miles, whichever comes first. That's actually set up for an outside TV that's a cable hookup in the power. Outside radio speakers up top. Storage compartment. This switch here is for your stabilizing jacks. Them are only meant for stability. Them are not meant to level with. So when you go to level this, you use your wheels for your side-to-side leveling by laying blocking down on whatever side is low. Back onto it with the tow vehicle still attached. Once you're level side to side, disconnect the tow vehicle, use your tongue jack, get your front to back level. Once you achieve that, then you put these jacks on just to stabilize it from rocking and shaking. They'll come down, they'll touch. One side touches on the other, and it applies even pressure up and down. Again, it's not meant for leveling, just for stabilizing. Hot water heaters off the back here. This is your pressure relief valve here. This will relieve the pressure from the system. Do that before you pull your drain plug out. This is the drain plug. It's plastic, so keep that in mind when you're tightening it up. 1 1/16 socket fits that. Turns on down here. Gas electric, it's turned on the inside. There's switches for that. So basically out here all you're doing is putting the cap on and taking it off. I don't recommend leaving water sit in the tank. If it sits in the tank too long, that water in the tank sometimes gets stagnant, stale, it'll start to smell. So I always recommend just draining it. Backup camera. This is pre-wired for a Furrion backup camera. They're nice because they're an observation camera. It's something you can purchase extra, obviously. They allow you to see what's going on behind you as you travel down the road. They also have audio in them as well, so whoever's guiding you in your campsite can talk to you through that camera. You should also get on your roof 3 times a season to inspect anything that comes through the roof. You got what's called die-core around all the plumbing, vents, anything that comes through the roof. Over time, that sealant up there gets hard from the sun baking it, and eventually it'll dry out and crack. When that happens, just clean it with an all-purpose cleaner, let it dry good, and then reapply the die-core product right back over top of the old stuff. It self-levels and fills some holes and voids in. Low point drains are down here. Low point in the water lines. Take them caps off, open the faucets inside it. Gravity drains most of the system. Not a winterized by no means. 30 amp power supply. There's roughly 25 feet of cord in there. I always recommend extra cord. You can't go wrong being able to plug in. I'd also recommend an RV surge protector. One power surge causes havoc, so I would just recommend it. It's a cheap way to save your camper from an expensive repair. This is a tank flush valve. This is used on the black tank. Tanks are down here. Black tank, black handle on the left, gray handle on the right, gray tank. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to hook your sewer hose up. And I always recommend a clear fitting in your sewer hose, whether it's at the end or off the camper. Hold the valve, let it empty. Once that's empty at the dump station, you're going to take the hose that's there that you normally use to rinse your sewer hoses and stuff out, and you're going to hook it up to this port. Turn on the water and let that run until you got clean water coming through that sewer hose. That's why you want a clear fitting. Once that's done, then you'll close the black tank up, and then you'll pull the gray valve at the end to kind of help rinse everything out. City water connection. I always recommend a water pressure regulator on them. It regulates that water pressure coming in your camper so you don't exceed the 50 pounds of water pressure you're rated for. This here you're going to hook up if they offer water on the campsite, you're going to hook into that and run off their water pressure provided. This here is just an outside shower. There's like 3 to 4 feet of hose in there. Service panel for your refrigerator. This is a gas electric refrigerator, so that's just more or less for service. Freshwater fill. And it has a quick drain, which is actually down. I don't know if I can see it. Oh, it's right there between the axes. That white gate valve, you see it right there behind that tire. That's the drain for this tank. So basically, if you're going to rust at camp, you'll fill that tank, run off your on-demand pump inside. It'll feed your whole camper. Furnace vent, it gets hot when it's running, just keep that in mind. Storage compartment. interstate battery. I always recommend the battery disconnect switch. Anytime you hook a battery up to these, this don't come with the disconnect, so battery disconnect on there just stops that battery from being drain dead from things inside your camper. That's hardwired to the 12-volt side. So over time, what happens, about 3-4 days, that battery dies all by itself due to stuff that's hardwired. So if you put a disconnect switch in it, it just stops that battery from dying when it's sitting between camping trips and whatnot. Two 20-pound propane cylinders, regulator in the front here. This is going to switch it from tank to tank. This will rotate. These will auto switch, and all that means is that both tanks are open. It's going to draw off whatever tank it's pointing at first. Once that tank empties, it automatically starts pulling off the other tank. The dilemma with that is you don't know when you're running out of propane, so I always recommend run one tank at a time. This cap will come out of the tongue jack. It allows you to manually crank this if you ever have an issue. Up, down, docking light on the front. Let's see, that's a crank handle for the stabilizing jack. The other switch for your front stabilizing jacks right there. Go inside, fire extinguishers right next to the door here. And then all new monitor panel here. It's kind of nice. This is where it's going to register tanks. Gray tank, you push that. So what happens on the battery side, you'll see it light up. It all lights up blue. When they're low or empty, just this light lights up. See? And you only have a gray one and a black on this tank and this camper. So water pump switch, the gas, the electric side of your water heater. Exterior, that's your awning lights, ceiling lights in here. Awning in and out, and then this is just the blue lights. Just see down there. That's all that was. Let's see, bedroom. Should have storage under the bed. Sink cover underneath there as well. Antenna boosters are over here. This is actually set up with one of these is for a Wi-Fi extender that, and then the other one's your antenna booster. Then the antenna booster has to be on if you put a TV on and you want to get over-the-air television. So this actually, this little tag here's the best way to show it. You can purchase yourself. This is set up with the line guard. You can go through AT&T or Verizon, get the little chip that goes in there. I think I don't know if you gotta get service. Yeah, so this little thing here kind of explains it, but you can get internet for your camper basically so that you travel with that on. This here radio power buttons here, speakers A and B is inside and out, Bluetooth capable. Other than that, it's just a radio. Underneath the bottom drawer in here, there is your water pumps back there. You can kind of see it in there. There's one valve on that for winterization. Kind of go over that here in a minute. That down there's your carbon dioxide LP detector. Stovetop. You got sparker here for the burners and for the oven. And when you light the oven, put it on a little flame here, push this in, hold it, and then you're going to spark that knob on the left. Once it's lit, you're going to continue to hold it. It takes about 10 seconds. Let it off, should stay lit, and then you can adjust it to whatever temp you want. Lights. Breaker box or fuse panel down there. Refrigerator. This is a gas electric refrigerator. So when it's on, green light here indicates that it is working and it's doing its job. It's showing you that it's on the gas setting right there. If I hit this again, now that's the auto electric setting. And on auto, if we were to lose power, this would automatically flip itself to the little gas logo with the A lit up. That just shows you that it's running on auto gas. As soon as power come back on, it shuts the gas off, goes right back to the electric. That's the cool thing with it. Or you can go just strictly electric or strictly gas. Temperature control, and then you're on and off. Now if that little green light that was lit up there goes red, that means it did not light on gas. Shut it off, give it a minute, and then restart it again. It'll try again. Thermostat for the furnace. This is hard to move, I'm not going to lie to you. These are stiff. And then your temperature adjustment down here. And then here's the furnace. It feels like them are going to break, them little tabs, so just so you know, they are very stiff, so, but that's normal. Vent, I always recommend the max air covers on them, and with this being to the back and the only vent in here, I would recommend the max air 2 on that. There's a switch there to turn that fan on. The max air covers allow airflow in your camper even when you're not in it, so it allows you to get ventilation in here. Think of this like a house. Your house has roof vents in the attic to vent the heat and moisture out. This does the same thing for your camper, so it's definitely something that's important to add, I think. Something I'd highly recommend. Foot pedal on the floor, you push down a little bit, it puts water in the bowl, you push it all the way, it dumps out. Light switch here. Let's see. And actually the back side, that panel on the back wall comes off. That's how you access the back side of your water heater. Otherwise it's just a bunk room. Alright, so do have a couple papers to go over here. One here, everybody gets a 10% off parts card. Just give this to them on the parts, they'll give you 10% off whatever you're going to purchase. The other thing, everybody gets this little cheat sheet. Our phone number up top, 989-752-6262. If you have any questions on anything, feel free to give me a call. Again, my name's Luke here at Hamilton RV. I'll gladly answer any of your questions you may have. Or anybody else here for that matter. Everybody here is pretty good about that. Tire torque, tire pressure, air pressure, you know. How many valves you got located on the water heater, how many on the water pump, where all the stuff is. This is more or less for you guys, so you guys have this information. For winterization, again, you got that valve on the water pump down there that I showed you. There's one valve and there's a hose down there for winterization. You're going to take that hose and stick it in a gallon of antifreeze, flip the valve so that it's in line with that hose, because the way the valves are pointing, as I'm going to show you right here, the way the valve is pointing here is the way that they're open, okay? So that's open to the line that allows the antifreeze in, or water, whatever, and then it's open out so it feeds the system. For winterizing, it's just the opposite. You close them. It closes the line, so nothing can come in, nothing comes out of the water heater, and makes it go through the loop, do a loop through the system, so you get antifreeze through your lines. By doing that, 2 gallons of every antifreeze is all you need for winterization. Again, that's for you guys, so you guys have that information. Right here, virtual demo page. Again, my name's Luke. This is just a price list, so if you guys have any questions on anything, I mean, again, feel free to give me a call at that number. It's on this sheet too. Prices are fluctuating due to COVID, so everything's up and down right now. So just give me a call if you're interested in any of this stuff. I can gladly give you a quote on what it costs to have installed. Surge protection, no, it's something I highly recommend. Even if you don't go this route as far as the hardware, there's still plug-and-play stuff you can use. I would recommend something. Paint and fabric protection, something that you can add. Basically what that does, anything vinyl, leather, fabric, or carpet on the inside gets this, gets a treatment on it. It's protected from any kind of rips, tears, stains, or burns. You get a 5-year warranty from any of that. And on the outside, it gets sprayed with a ceramic coating. Your awning fabric as well gets treated. It's protected against any kind of sun damage, any kind of paint fade. It makes washing easier, keeps some pesky black streaks away. You know, it doesn't let the bugs stick. So you get a 5-year warranty outside from any of that, and then the 5-year warranty on the inside as well. So makes your camper look newer longer, basically. Campers treated now, compare them to one that wasn't treated, noticeably different. You can tell when somebody gets that done. The camper looks shiny, it still looks new, you know, where one that wasn't treated definitely doesn't have that look. That's something you can roll into your finance. You're looking between $15 and $20 a month to add that in if you want that done. And then the extended service contract covers all the major components of your camper, from the furnace, fridge, air conditioning, water heater, water pump, LP system, water lines, fittings, tanks. There's parts in the hubs, parts in your suspension. All that stuff's covered under there. Definitely something I'd highly recommend. There's two things I like about it. One, the service contract is prorated, so no matter what, with Zinger you get a 1-year manufacturer warranty. The first year's gone to Zinger, and then after that you're buying 6 additional years of warranty coverage. They call it a 7-year warranty, but that's because you're under a warranty for a total of 7 years. So with that said, your first year's done through the manufacturer. Once the manufacturer warranty is up, then your extended kicks in, and you get the 6 years of additional coverage, and that's when you're going to start to use the benefits that I'm about to explain. One, it's prorated, so 3 years from now you decide you don't want the warranty, you can cash that warranty out at any time and get your money back. Anything that you haven't used as far as time. So if you use 3 years worth of warranty, you'll get 4 years worth of money back. The other thing that's cool about it is it does cover a mobile service, so if you're more than 50 miles from Hamilton RV, you could actually have a mobile service come out and service your camper. You pay a deductible, it's like $200 I think, and that's it, and then you're good to go. The rest of the trip is, they saved it, you didn't lose your whole vacation, so to me it's a good thing. Not to mention 7 years under warranty is a long time. That's most of the life of the loan, for most people, so, which isn't nothing wrong with that. Again, that you can roll into your finance, but you're looking between $30 and $35 a month if you do that. It's definitely something I'd highly recommend. Again, my name's Luke here at Hamilton RV. If you guys have any questions of any kind, please feel free to give me a call at 989-752-6262. Or if you're interested in any of these extra add-ons, please just let me know. I try to get them on before you guys pick up. Again, congratulations on your purchase, and you guys have yourselves a wonderful day.